this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Tuesday the 26th of January. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the outer candlesticks, bullish start to the day after an early pullback. Going to need to see Bitcoin move through the 23.6% fib at 33,008 and the pivot level at 33,056. To take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 34,147. You'll need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 34,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and Monday's high at 34,918 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Bitcoin test resistance at 37,000 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 36,008. Failure to move through the 23.6% fib and pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 31,195 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should steer clear of the second major support level sitting at 31,004. Looking at the MACD, got a slight narrowing of the bearish histograms after yesterday's bearish cross, but nothing suggestive of a bullish morning ahead, so keep an eye on the MACDs there. On the EMA, we're seeing the 50 pull back from the 100, and the 200 suggests a further downside through the morning. So key through the early part of the day, move through the 23.6% fib and the pivot at 33,056 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and you got support levels in play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, bullish start to the morning as well. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 1363 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 1432. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through to 1400 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's new swing high at 1477.3 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum test resistance at 1550 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1547. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support levels at 1249 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 1200 levels. Second major support level sits at 1179. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bearish histogram after yesterday's bearish cross, but nothing suggestive of a breakout this morning. So keep an eye on that. On the EMA, we're seeing the 50 hold its ground against the 100 and the 200, so that's inconclusive early on. So keep through the early part of the day. Ethereum moved through the pivot at 1363 and back through to 1400 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also bullish this morning. Going to need to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 140.48 to take a run at the first major resistance level, saying at 144.34. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through to 140 levels, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and the 23.6% fib at 148 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Litecoin test resistance at 155 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 151.55. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 133.27 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of the second major support level at 129.41. Looking at the MACD, got a slight narrowing of the bearish histogram as well, but nothing conclusive to provide direction on the day, so keep an eye on that. On the EMA, we've seen the 50 pinch on the 100, suggestive of an imminent move, so look out for any bearish cross there. So keep through the early part of the day, Litecoin moved through the pivot at 140.48 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, choppy start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 0.2731 to take a run at the first major resistance level, saying at 0.2796. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from 0.275 levels, however. So barring extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and Monday's high at 0.2850 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, Ripple's XRP should test resistance at 0.29 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.2914. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 0.2612 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should steer well clear of the second major support level at 0.2548. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bearish histograms, but nothing indicative of a bullish morning ahead, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 pull back from the 100 and the 200, suggestive of further downside through the morning. So failure to move through the pivot at 0.2731 would bring support levels into play.